Lewis Hamilton's secret Ferrari test has been exposed, and it's causing a storm at Mercedes. After years of loyalty to the Silver Arrows, Hamilton is now preparing for a future with Ferrari. But how did this test come about, and why is Mercedes furious? Hamilton's move to Ferrari is already being hailed as the transfer of the decade. With the deal finalized, Hamilton is gearing up to leave Mercedes after the final 3 races of the season. Ferrari, eager to integrate the 7-time world champion, has decided to let him test the F175, a car from the 2022 season. This vehicle, which showed early promise in the ground effect era, is set to be Hamilton's first taste of Ferrari machinery. The F175 was highly competitive during the initial phase of the 2022 season under the leadership of Mattia Binotto. It showcased strong performance and consistency, even challenging Red Bull in the early races. Although Ferrari ultimately fell short, finishing behind Mercedes in the Constructors Championship, the car offered valuable insights into the new regulations. Testing this car allows Hamilton to familiarize himself with Ferrari's design philosophy while also identifying areas that need improvement ahead of the 2025 season. Despite Ferrari's preparations, Mercedes has reportedly blocked Hamilton from conducting the test during the post-Abu Dhabi finale, leaving questions about whether this is the best possible preparation. Still, Ferrari's choice to run the F175 aligns with F1 regulations, which permit teams to use cars from the previous 3 calendar years for testing purposes. This decision is not only practical but also strategic, giving Hamilton an early understanding of the team's engineering strengths and weaknesses. The test provides Hamilton with an opportunity to build confidence in Ferrari's setup and to offer his unique perspective on future developments. By learning from the F175's strengths and shortcomings, Hamilton and Ferrari can begin laying the groundwork for a competitive 2025 campaign. While the move comes with challenges, this test could mark the beginning of a transformative partnership. Ferrari's high hopes for 2025. Under Frédéric Vasseur's leadership, Ferrari has experienced its share of highs and lows. Now, with the focus shifting toward a promising 2025 season, Hamilton's extensive knowledge and experience will play a pivotal role. Testing a challenging car like the F175 could provide Ferrari with valuable insights into areas needing improvement, especially given Hamilton's history of driving under varying conditions and regulations. While Ferrari's management would have preferred an earlier test, Mercedes' decision to block Hamilton's participation delayed the process. Team principal Frédéric Vasseur expressed confidence in Hamilton's ability to adapt quickly, stating, "I'm not sure Hamilton needs tons of hours to adapt. He's experienced enough to be quick from day one or very soon. We'll have 1 or 2 tests with previous cars and the Bahrain pre-season test, which will be enough." This is an encouraging scenario for Hamilton. The F1 regulations don't allow teams to run their 2025 cars before the official pre-season test in Bahrain, making these testing days with the F175 even more significant. With every F1 car behaving uniquely in terms of braking and steering, these tests are crucial for Hamilton to acclimatize before the season kicks off. Hamilton's move to Ferrari represents a fresh start and an opportunity to achieve what he narrowly missed in 2021, his 8th world title. Many fans still believe that title was unfairly taken from him, adding weight to his pursuit of making history. However, Hamilton's path to the top won't be without challenges. He'll share the spotlight with Charles Leclerc, Ferrari's star driver, who has been groomed for years to become their next world champion. With more experience driving for Ferrari, Leclerc will undoubtedly be a formidable teammate and competitor. Moreover, Leclerc remains hopeful about Ferrari's potential for the 2025 season. Confident in the team's ability to contend for the Constructors Championship, Leclerc emphasized that success hinges on teamwork and collective effort. Reflecting on Ferrari's prospects, he stated, "It's all about how well we work together as a team. It's not just about us, but also about what the others are doing. Right now, they are performing exceptionally well, so we have a lot of hard work ahead. I believe in this project 100%, and I'm sure Ferrari will be the next world champion. We just have to keep pushing forward." Leclerc's commitment to Ferrari's vision shows his belief that the team is on the cusp of reclaiming its glory. As Ferrari prepares for 2025, one of the biggest challenges will be balancing the dynamic between Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. Having two alpha males in a team is always tricky, especially when one is a seven-time world champion on a mission to secure an eighth title before retiring. This pairing brings immense potential, but also risks, as competition within the team can escalate quickly if not managed effectively. Hamilton's desire to leave a legacy at Ferrari adds a layer of complexity to the relationship. The success of this duo will depend on mutual respect and how the team orchestrates a balance between their ambitions. Ferrari is actively working on a program to help Hamilton acclimate to the team's operations before the 2025 campaign. Team principal Frederic Vasseur commented on this preparation, noting that efforts are being made at the factory to ensure Hamilton's smooth transition. However, Vasseur himself is not directly involved in the process, leaving it to Ferrari's technical and operational teams to manage. Furthermore, the Team Ferrari is wasting no time in gearing up for the 2025 Formula One season, with team principal Fred Vasseur confirming that part of the team is already focused on the next campaign. Vasseur noted, "We have part of the team already working on 2025, on the test plans, communication strategies, and integrating Lewis into the system. But for the race team, it's not my immediate priority." This early preparation is a significant advantage for Lewis Hamilton, who has been struggling with Mercedes' recent performance issues. His frustrations peaked during the Brazilian Grand Prix, where he described the car as the worst I've ever driven and likened it to a plank of wood with zero suspension. On the other hand, Hamilton's discontent with Mercedes' recent performance was clear in Brazil. While teammate George Russell managed a front-row start and came close to a win, only hindered by extreme rain conditions, Hamilton could not find any rhythm with the same car. This stark contrast highlights how critical it will be for Hamilton to adapt quickly to Ferrari's machinery and systems in 2025. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has admitted that Hamilton's move to Ferrari caught the team off guard. He lamented not having more time to prepare for a future without Hamilton, which could have allowed the team to negotiate with other top-tier drivers. Wolff reflected that, "I absolutely had it on my radar that Lewis might leave, but I didn't understand why he'd switch teams before knowing if we'd be competitive. It didn't give me time to react. I had to make emergency calls to our partners and likely missed out on talks with drivers like Norris and Leclerc, who signed contracts shortly before." His reaction shows the magnitude of Hamilton's departure and the ripple effect it has had on Mercedes' long-term plans. Despite the abruptness of the situation, Wolff concluded optimistically, "I like the challenge of adapting to this new situation." Further, he added about Lewis Hamilton's departure, suggesting a delicate balancing act for Mercedes. While Wolff has publicly stated that the split avoids the awkward moment of telling the sport's most iconic driver that it's time to part ways, there's more beneath the surface. It seems Mercedes was beginning to look towards the future, possibly anticipating the rise of young talents like Antonelli. The Italian junior driver, currently a standout in feeder series, might have eventually joined the F1 grid through a team like Williams or Alpine, teams with connections to Mercedes, especially now that Alpine will use Mercedes engines from 2025. This forward-looking approach indicates that Mercedes may have been subtly preparing for life beyond Hamilton, even if not immediately. Wolff's explanation of Hamilton's 1+1 contract sheds light on the team's approach. He said, "There is a reason why we only signed a one-year deal with an option for another. Cognitive sharpness is crucial in F1, and everyone has a shelf life. Like in football, managers like Sir Alex Ferguson or Pep Guardiola knew when to bring in younger talent to secure the team's long-term success." This comparison to football emphasizes that even the best athletes reach a point where their performance naturally declines. By limiting Hamilton's contract, Mercedes gave themselves flexibility to evaluate their long-term strategy without committing to a lengthy deal. Hamilton's final race for Mercedes on December 8th is bound to be an emotional moment. If he manages a victory in his last outing, it could serve as a fitting swan song to his extraordinary career with the Silver Arrows. However, the recent tensions between Hamilton and the team cast a shadow over what could have been a celebratory farewell. After everything that has transpired in recent months, Hamilton's exit feels bittersweet. While the split may have been inevitable, the underlying tensions and Wolff's candid remarks suggest that the parting is not entirely amicable. For fans and the team alike, it marks the end of an era, leaving a mix of nostalgia and what-ifs about how the partnership might have ended differently. So what do you think of the secret Ferrari test of Hamilton? What would be next for Mercedes? Comment below your views and subscribe for more such videos.